context clues. Make sure you're sharing this yellow sheet with your shoulder partner. Make sure you're looking at the side that has compare, synonym, contrast, antonym. Okay? So for about 2 minutes while I take attendance, I want you to read through those 2 types of context clues silently. Just kind of sit it right in between you and your partner. And then when I'm done taking attendance, be ready to explain those context clues, those types of context clues to your shoulder partner. Okay? Show me you're listening, everybody. First thing I want you to do, A's, I want you to explain to your B partner what a comparing context clue or a synonym context clue would look like. Okay? Well, actually, I'm changing my mind. First, A's, I want you to tell your B partner or remind your B partner what are synonyms and antonyms. Okay? So A's, tell your B partner, and if A's don't remember and B's do remember, you can help them, you can coach them, remember? So A's, tell your B partner what's a synonym and what's an antonym. Go.
I can't say the word because I'm racist, but it's like and then different. An example of
which one?
synonyms as
Tony, what did you and Colin talk about? What is a synonym and what is an antonym?
A synonym is something that means the same thing, but different words. Antonym is that is the opposite.
Okay, so we've known that for a really long time, but I thought before we talk about synonym and antonym context clues, we better refresh our memory about what that is. So now that we know or remember what synonyms and antonyms are, synonym means the same thing, antonym is the opposite. What would a synonym context clue look like? Let's have B's try to explain to your A partner what a synonym context clue would look like. Okay? Begin.
Okay.
Sometimes like a context
Replace one word with my word.
like
So these are the synonym context clues.
it's like
So what's a context?
the way it's like used in the sentence, or like how
You guys
it's
know what a context clue
put in the sentence, or like
context clue.
so that some synonyms like kind of sound the same.
Okay, context clue is you don't know the meaning of a word in a sentence, and the context clue helps you figure out the meaning of a word you don't know, right? Remember that now? Okay. So a synonym context clue, remember yesterday when we talked about the definition context clues? And the definition context clues just gave us the definition of the word in the sentence? Well, a synonym context clue is going to be when the sentence gives you a synonym. Okay, so do we have an A that could kind of explain what your B partner said? Cindy, you feel good about that?
Yeah. So I think, Emma, she said that a synonym context clue is like helping out, like understand what the word means.
That's what a context clue does. And it would be, if this is the word I don't know, my sentence gives me a synonym of that word to help me understand it. Good. Oh, another word that means the same thing. Good. Okay, so now A's, talk to your B partner and explain what you think an antonym context clue would look like. Okay? A's, tell your B partners. I'm going to have a B partner explain what their A partner said. Okay? Daryl, do you feel confident you can explain an antonym context clue?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like, it'll like say something in a sentence, and then after like it's that part of the sentence is like doesn't being said, it'll like give us like an opposite meaning, like the opposite.
The opposite of that unknown word to help us understand what the word means. So if you look at that first example on the chart where it says contrast antonym, it says ordinarily Ray Jr. is good-humored and helpful, but today he was quite irascible. I have no idea what that word means, and I am an English teacher. I don't know what irascible means, but based on that sentence, I can guess that it's probably the opposite of good-humored and helpful, right? And what signal word tells me that those things are probably opposite? Tony? But, right? I'm usually helpful, but today I'm irascible, meaning I'm probably not that helpful. Okay, so now we're going to practice that a little bit with Rally Coach. So remember in Rally Coach, you take turns answering the questions. You talk out loud with your partner. And if you need help, your partner helps you. And if you give an answer that your partner thinks is not correct, your partner coaches you to help you get the correct answer. Okay? So we're going to have A's start. You're going to do all the odd numbers. There's only 4, so you're going to do 1 and 3. B's are going to do 2 and 4, the evens. So A's, read number 1 out loud, the whole sentence. Say what type of context clue you think it is and why. So is it giving us helpful hints that show the same thing as our unknown word? Or is it giving us helpful hints that show us the opposite? Say what you think the answer is to your partner. Get your partner's approval. If your partner says, yes, I agree, circle your answer. If your partner doesn't agree, kind of talk it out. If neither of you can come to a consensus, if you can't agree, you can raise your hand and Miss Fletcher or I can come over and talk you through it. But once you agree on your answer, circle it, and then B's will do the next one. And just go back and forth with your one paper until you're finished with all 4. Okay? All right, so A's have the paper. Make sure you're talking out loud. This doesn't work unless you talk out loud. Okay? All right, begin. Raise your hand if you need help. Synonym. It's probably synonym because it has the signal word like. And see the synonym signal word up here in our chart is like. So if you're trying to coach your partner, finding those signal words and pointing to those is really helpful. And if you're unsure about it, use those lists of signal words to help you. Okay? All right, resume.
Read that loud.